All right, so in today's class, we're going to be discussing the follow up part of sales. This is after the sale has been made, but as we do every week, we're going to review the upcoming events or upcoming assignments that will be due. First, we're in week 14. What's due for homework on April 18th by 11:59 p.m. You're expected to turn in your rough draft, Module 6 portfolio project rough draft, and then you're also expected to do the final submission to ePortfolio by April 18th. Now, you've been doing this project rough draft for the past 2 or 3 weeks, so you should have already received some type of feedback. From that feedback, you're going to do the final submission to ePortfolio, and we'll go over that a little bit briefly, very shortly. And then, in addition to the final submission to ePortfolio and Blackboard, you're going to complete Module 7. For next week, we're pretty much just going to go over the final exam review as well as do the student, well, we can do the student surveys today. So before you get into your group breakout sessions, I want to make sure that you do the student surveys. We'll do that today. But next week, we're going to review for the final. I'll tell you what's going to be on there, what to study for it. And then week 16, you'll be having your final exam. Any questions about upcoming events from this calendar? So to get to the Module 6 assignments, it's the same. Going to Blackboard for this course, you go to Modules, Module 6, Closing the Sale and Handling Objections, Assignments, and it's all here. And then as far as the Module 7 assignments, Blackboard again for this class, Module 7, following up after the sales, and then assignments area, and all of those assignments are in there. Any questions about that? So after you make the sale of the product or service, it's very important to follow up because the majority of business comes from customers who have previously purchased your product or used the service before. If you can keep those customers that you have satisfied, they will often buy products and services from you again. Sometimes they will give you a referral as well, which leads to the ability to have more business from someone they know. After sales service refers to all the things you do for the care of your customers after they buy your product. This type of customer aftercare is important for any business, but especially for the smaller businesses where every customer or client that they receive, that counts because they want to keep the customers they have satisfied and keep that money coming flowing back into the company. It's not enough to just say thank you or let's keep in touch after you make the sale. Long-term success is built on real and lasting customer relationships. Top quality after sales service is good for you because it's good for your customer. So if it's good for you, it's good for your customer. Not good for you, not good for your customers. When you help your customers get the most out of the product or service that you provide to them, they're going to be naturally happier with it. That makes them more likely to purchase it again and to tell others. So again, I'm reiterating the fact that when you make a sale, you want to follow up and make sure that that customer is pleased, because if that customer is pleased, they're more than likely going to purchase that product or service again. And in addition to that, they're going to refer. So you're going to hear me say follow up with the customer to make sure they're happy quite often during this discussion. So to put it another way, the more you impress your customer, the more likely they're going to impress you right back with their loyalty. So again, follow up, make the customer happy, get a loyal customer and a happy customer. Those customers will become like a brand ambassador and a trusted voice who will give you great reviews that other people will read. They'll also give you honest feedback on any type of new products or features. So if they don't like something about a product or a service, they're probably going to let you know, and they're going to be honest about it. Any questions? All right. Customer retention is done after the sale closes and continues throughout a company's relationship with the customer. It can be any number of activities to keep customers happy. Again, I'm stressing the fact that you need to make sure your customers happy, and it makes sure that they'll continue to do business. Again, follow up business from happy customers. The goal of a retention program is therefore to help businesses keep as many customers as possible. Retaining these customers can take many forms, including things like customer loyalty programs, reward programs, customer birthday communications, referral vouchers, all other types of marketing activities, and even just a sales visit. Retaining customers begins even before they sign with you, since it influences the way that customer talks about you. So a famous quote from Warren Buffett, he said that it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. So if you think about that, you'll do things differently. So if you take 20 years to build up a reputation with the customer or with the customer base, you can pretty much ruin it just like that, even though it took you that long to get that reputation or to get that relationship. You can just ruin it immediately. This situation of customer retention has given rise to word of mouth advertising. Some people suggest that a company's brand is basically its reputation, especially in the world of social media. Once first contact between a new customer and the company has taken place, good customer service will encourage that newly won customer to pass along word of mouth advertising, which increases the sales pipeline. So, word of mouth advertising is usually inexpensive, is usually cheap, so or free. So, if someone likes your product, they're going to tell their friends, family, or someone else about the product through reviews or through basically face to face communication with those people. The main goal of after the sales service is to take great care of your customers, but it's also a great time to grow a customer's value. So again, you want to make sure that the customer's happy. You have a happy customer, you're going to have repeat purchases, which brings more money and more profit into the company. And you're going to save money on marketing because word of mouth marketing is generally free. So, in a 2015 survey, 46% of U.S. consumers said that they were likely to switch providers than they were in 2015. That potential shift in loyalty means it's important for companies to continue to deliver the highest level of customer service and not just those that are newly signing on with. You want to keep your customers, your current customers, happy. Getting an existing customer to buy again is significantly more profitable than having to go out to win a new customer. It's also more costly to get a new customer. As a result, many businesses understand the importance of putting time and money into customer retention. So selling more to an existing customer, again, is cheaper in terms of marketing and advertising dollars than trying to sell to a new one. Businesses that want to grow and be as profitable as possible, when it comes to growth, many companies focus solely on acquiring new customers, and they sometimes forget about servicing the ones they already have. That growth can only really happen if you focus on both your new customers and retaining the current customers you already have. So the sales rep, they're the face of the company to the customer. The relationship that they have with the customer can help or it can hurt the company depending on the relationship. So the relationship between the sales rep and the customer it can positively affect customer retention. Networking with customers enables the sales rep to increase their market share or the company's market share. Networking gives the sales rep the ability to establish relationships with clients and become known as an expert in whatever field that product is in. The sales rep can increase the company's market share by networking with others. Networking activities such as participating in industry trade shows or conventions, speaking to at continued education seminars, socializing with the customers and potential customers in non-business environments as well. Something like taking a customer out to or going on a golf outing or taking a customer out for a meal or taking them to a sporting event. That's considered socializing with the customer. And then the last networking activity would be something like joining a professional club where the rep will interact with customers or potential customers. With all of the networking efforts, uh, when you do all of that networking, you shouldn't be afraid to ask for referrals from those customers. And don't forget to reward them for it. Think about starting a referral program with a clear, useful, and having useful rewards like gift cards in small amounts or even movie tickets might help out. By doing this, you're going to show your appreciation to that customer and build loyalty at once. Most influencers of a product started off as customers. So if you think about social media influencers, they start off by purchasing a product or having a product sent to them free and reviewing the product, and depending on how many followers that follower has or influencer has, that may influence more sales to come aboard. So you never know who you're going to be taking care of and how that person can grow your business. So this because of this, it's important to follow up with the customer after the sale and to impress each customer that you receive because you want to retain that customer. As far as sales activities, the sales rep can increase market share by increasing sales activity. The more sales that a rep makes, the more market share the company will receive. This is a direct relationship to sales retention. So if a sales rep is bringing in new customers at the same rate the customers or the company's losing existing customers, there's really no market share gain. Selling more products and services increases whatever the market share is, as long as you're not using or losing any customers. Do you have any questions? All right, so next, as far as the group project, I already emailed the case to you. You're expected to do question one, two, and three. Each answer should have a minimum of 150 words, and I'm expecting to receive that Word document. I'm expecting to receive it emailed to me by 11:59 p.m. tonight. If you have time or would like to have a one-on-one check-in with me, I'll be available during your group meeting sessions. So feel free to send me a Skype message. Let me know if you want to have a one-on-one check-in. And then, as always, the weekly journal entry. Uh, this is how you get to it. The topic is the same as previous weeks. You discuss what you learned in today's class, and if there's anything that you would like covered in next week's class that we covered today. And I'm expecting a minimum of 50 words. Any questions?